All right, it's Sunday, and we're going to be dealing with windy conditions for today. A red flag warning, a wind advisory until about 5 o'clock later this afternoon, and the weather will be cooler. Look at these highs across the valley, only reaching the middle 70s later on this afternoon. Across the foothills, temperatures will range from the upper 60s to lower 70s. In the Sierra, it's going to be a little bit cooler with highs only reaching the low to mid 50s, but most of the region, we're going to still be dealing with those roller coaster type of temperatures. Let's talk about today's forecast as you talk about today. Enjoy your Sunday. It's going to be on the windy side this afternoon across the foothills. We're looking at 60s and 70s during the afternoon. Truckee 55 degrees, South Lake Tahoe 53 degrees. And if you are in Tahoe, look at these temperatures over the next 5 days. Monday and Tuesday, we're back into the 30s. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, the middle parts of this week, we're looking at low 40s with another chance of rain and maybe a rain-snow mix on Thursday. Across the Bay Area, much cooler across San Francisco and in Oakland. You'll get that nice delta breeze, which is why those temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side. Across the Santa Clara Valley, low to mid 70s. Farther inland we go, we're looking at middle to upper 70s. Here's the San Joaquin Valley this afternoon. 76 in Manteca, Stockton 74, Lodi 76. Across the Sacramento Valley, middle 70s during the afternoon. That's still running about 5 to 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Like I mentioned before, and just like yesterday, we have that red flag warning. High fire danger may be possible across the areas you see there in red. Higher wind gusts possible up to about 50 miles per hour. If you are going to be outside for today, you could be dealing with travel impacts. It's actually very difficult to drive when it's this windy outside, along with the chance of those strong winds giving us those downed tree limbs or downed trees. Power outages also still may be possible, and with the dry grass, fires could ignite much quicker. Now, the rest of the valley, you are going to be dealing with that wind advisory until 5 o'clock. Gusty winds across most of the valley floor. So let me take you to this afternoon. These are the winds that we are expecting. They really haven't changed much from Sunday morning. Coming in from the north and northwest up to about 20 miles per hour. The winds will finally pick up across the foothills from the north and northwest up to about 15 miles per hour. But in the Sierra, still calmer winds until later on this evening. Now, for areas across, say, Fairfield and Stockton, you can see where that wind is shifted. Still coming in from the west up to about 20 miles per hour. Winds are a little bit calmer for right before sunset across Sacramento and in Elk Grove, parts of Roseville, even into the foothills. But look at this. In Truckee and in South Lake Tahoe, those winds start to pick up as the system moves on through. Now, this is Monday in the early afternoon, around 2 o'clock. The winds start to pick up, now moving in from the west up to about 25 miles per hour. So the winds are not going to go anywhere. We had it on Saturday. We're having it again today and throughout parts of the day on Monday. Then they slowly calm down by Monday night into Tuesday. Now, we also, with this system that's coming through, for Monday, we have a winter weather advisory for the Sierra and the West Slope. For areas above 7,000 feet, they could see anywhere between 8 to 14 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow. That's pretty good for this time of year, along with those strong winds. Now, across the ridge in the Sierra, 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts may be possible. Across the west slope of the Sierra, up to about 50 miles per hour. So travel will be difficult in and around this area. Now, if you need to travel, the best time to travel into the Sierra will be early in the morning. I'm talking about maybe 4 early, maybe even 5 o'clock early in the morning. Or you can wait for this whole system to pass, and then you could start traveling across Interstate 80 in the Sierra around 4 or 5 o'clock. Across Highway 50 in the Sierra, I'm thinking 5 or 6 o'clock. And in addition to all that winter weather, there is a chance of isolated thunderstorms during the afternoon. Now, this is the fun part. I'm going to take you across most of the region. So this is your future cast for rain and snow. So I'm just going to time it out so you guys can see when to expect snow or rain in your specific region. So this is Monday at 4 a.m. Snow starts to fall just off to the east of Blue Canyon, so still at the higher elevations, and you can start to see some of the snow across parts of South Lake Tahoe early in the morning. Monday at 6 o'clock, the snow level still around maybe 5,000 or 4,500 feet by that time, starting to make its way across Blue Canyon around 8 o'clock and across Highway 50, maybe around Kybers, and then into about 10 o'clock, still dealing with widespread snow. So if you are traveling here, chain controls will probably be likely, and give yourself extra time if you do have to travel during the day on Monday. Monday at lunchtime, still dealing with some snow. And then as we get into the early afternoon, this is around 4 o'clock, the snow starts to taper off across Interstate 80. So this is probably the best time if you need to travel across Interstate 80 after 4 p.m. Let me take you to Highway 50. This is after maybe 5 and 6 o'clock, that's when you could start to travel across Highway 50 in the Sierra. But again, travel delays will be likely, so give yourself extra time or try to avoid this mess if you can, even though we need the snow for the snowpack. Now I'm going to take you to another region. This is the lower, actually I should say middle to upper foothills. So I'm going to take you to Interstate 80 and Highway 50. I'm talking about Auburn, Georgetown, Placerville, Pollock Pines, Cameron Park, Loomis, Lake of the Pines. So if you're in this area, let me go ahead and break down the timing on Monday for the rain and parts of snow. This is Monday at 7 o'clock. Isolated showers will be possible for the Forest Hill area, Georgetown, maybe Placerville into Pollock Pines. Areas like Cameron Park, Folsom, and in Loomis, you could see some isolated showers. By 8 o'clock, this is when most people are driving into work. We could see a heavier cell, maybe some moderate rainfall at this time. By 10 o'clock, light, widespread rain still possible. Now, areas just off to the east of Pollock Pines, that's where we could see that rain snow mix. It could be a little icy in that area, so give yourself time, especially if you're traveling there by late morning. By noon, we're looking at light showers, and this is by 2 o'clock. The showers start to taper off across the foothills in this area. Monday at 4 p.m., still some snow chances possible, but look at this. This is by 5 and 6 o'clock. Most of the system's out of the way for this area. Okay, here we have another region. We're talking about foothills. I'm talking about San Andreas. We're talking about Copperopolis, Chinese Camp, Sonora, Murphys, Arnold, Groveland, Twain Harte. We're going to see by Monday morning at 7 a.m., that's when the snow chances are still into the upper foothills. And then by 9 o'clock, it starts to make its way into Arnold, Miwok Village, but still some moderate light rain across Sonora, Groveland, and Chinese Camp around 9 a.m. But look at this, Jackson and San Andreas, that's when we could see the heavier parts of rain in that region. Let me take you to lunchtime. Light to moderate rainfall. We're looking at still some light to moderate rainfall for Murphy, Sonora, and Groveland around 2 p.m. The rain starts to taper off around San Andreas around 2 o'clock. This is 4 o'clock. Just an isolated shower in Miwok Village, but off to the north and northeast, still some light snow possible. But most of this area could start to see that rain taper off around 4 and 5 o'clock. This is 7 o'clock, just dealing with mostly cloudy skies. Okay, let me take you to the valley. I'm going to take you north of Sacramento. So I-5 and 99 near Yuba City and Wheatland. This is what it looks like in the morning at 5 o'clock. Mostly cloudy skies. Then by 7 o'clock, Grass Valley and parts of Lake of the Pines could start to see a light shower. Those showers stretch all the way to maybe Yuba City, Loma Rica, Oroville around 9 a.m. Wheatland, you're still dry at 9 a.m. Let me take you all the way to 11 a.m. Maybe in the higher elevations off to the north and northeast of Loma Rica, some moderate to heavy rainfall could be possible. But look at this, Yuba City at 11 a.m., you're starting to clear out. We're looking at Wheatland, maybe some cloudy skies, but most of the rain tapers off by late morning for areas north of the Sacramento Valley. And then this is what it looks like for areas across the San Joaquin Valley. Let me take you to Modesto at 6 o'clock on Monday morning. Still cloudy, no rain as of this point. So if you are a super commuter to the Bay Area, that you head to the Tracy Triangle at this point, you're not going to be really dealing with any showers at 6 o'clock. Then by maybe 8 o'clock, that's when we can start to see isolated showers pop up across Stockton, maybe Manteca. Modesto, you're still dry at 8 o'clock. Copperopolis, you could start to see those showers. Then by late morning, this is before lunchtime, maybe around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, that's when you'll see that light to moderate rain. By 12, Stockton, Manteca, and Tracy, you start to dry out. Still dealing with a little bit of cloud cover, but areas like Farmington, Modesto, and Oakdale, you're starting to deal with those just very light showers also coming to an end. This is by 2 o'clock. We start to clear out, and we're looking at sunshine by lunchtime and afterwards across this area. Okay, I have another area. This is the Sacramento area. For areas like Sacramento, Davis, Woodland, Esparta, Winters, Vacaville, Fairfield. Areas like Roseville, Citrus Heights, Folsom, El Dorado Hills, Cameron Park, Rio Linda, Elk Grove. This one is for you. So if you're traveling on Monday, maybe heading into Sacramento, maybe for work, this is 5 o'clock. Maybe a stray shower in the Sacramento region, East Sacramento, Natomas. Maybe if you're driving to the airport, stretching all the way to the pocket, we have an isolated shower. Very stray shower chance that point in the morning. At 7 o'clock, Sacramento looks to be dry. Elk Grove, stretching all the way to Walnut Grove, maybe even Lodi, an isolated shower possible. We could start to see a few showers in the Roseville, Loomis, Citrus Heights, Folsom, El Dorado Hills area, maybe even near Rancho Murrieta, Rancho Cordova. Again, an isolated shower, but mostly cloudy skies. This is 10 o'clock, maybe an isolated shower across the pocket, stretching all the way to the Elk Grove area. Lighter to moderate rain will be farther up the hill you go. This is noon. I'm looking at clear skies for your lunch hour, still on the cool side, and it could still be windy, but that isolated stray shower possible for Elk Grove and Galt, and this is about it. We're looking at just a few more passing clouds by Monday afternoon in and around the Sacramento Valley. Now let me take you to your 10-day. Whew, I am tired. We're looking at some sunshine for today, like I mentioned before. The showers for most valley spots. You may, if you don't see any rain, you're just going to be dealing mostly cloudy skies, clearing into sunshine into the afternoon. Now, if you do see rain, maybe up to a tenth of an inch of rain across the valley floor. Now, in the foothills, we could see anywhere between a quarter to half an inch for the lower foothills. In the upper foothills, half an inch to an inch of rain may be possible. This moves out rather quickly in and around this region. By Tuesday and Wednesday, still on the cooler side with lower to middle 60s. That is below average for this time of year. We should be in the 70s for this time of year. Thursday, we're tracking our next shower chance. Let me take you to Friday, partly cloudy skies. Saturday, low 70s. Easter Sunday, we're looking at middle 70s. And that's a look at your 10-day forecast.